Hello traders, hope you're doing well. Today we are going to discuss about a very important concept which each and every option trader has to know. The topic for today is open interest, specifically open interest between the call and put option traders. Now what is the reason for us to learn the concept of open interest? Very simple. With the help of this, to a certain extent, we'll be able to judge who is strong in the market. Is the bull strong? Are they very strong to push the market towards the upside? Or if the bears are very strong? If bears are strong, then they're going to push the market towards the downside. Imagine the bulls are very strong. With open interest data, you got to see that. Then if you are looking for a good bullish trade, then what will happen? The chances of you achieving your target will be very high. Or if the bears are strong and that time you're taking bearish trade, then chances of you making profit will be high. Now when the big players, they are bullish, but you think, okay, there is an important support, market will move towards the downside, and if you take a bearish trade, the chances of your stop loss hitting will be more than 80 to 90%. So my goal for today is teach you the concept of open interest and how to use this data when you trade in the options market. That's what we're going to learn today. Before that, I need to speak about some of the basic concept. Many of you know this already. Some of you are beginners also, right? So let me start with the most basic thing. Now in option trading, there are two participants. One is option buyer, other one is option seller. Now majority of you who watches this video, you will be an option buyer itself. Now let's say your view about the market is bullish. You think market will move up. What do? You will go and buy a call option. If you think market is bearish, you think market will fall. What do? You will go and buy a put option. So as an option buyer, in both of the situation, if you're bullish or bearish, you will either be buying a call or buying a put. But option seller situation is a bit different. If an option seller thinks market is going to be bearish, it's going to fall, then he will sell a call option. And if an option seller thinks market will be bullish, market will move from the current level, he will sell a put option. So this is the basic difference between option buyer and option seller. Now traders, if I ask you between option buyer, option seller, who's strong? What would you say? Buyer or seller? It is always the seller, right? Why sellers are strong? Because if you're trading in options, you know, to execute a buy order, anyone can do. 10,000, 15,000, if you have as a capital also, you can execute a buy order. But as an option seller, the capital requirement is more. Who has more capital? The big players have more capital. So the big players are usually option sellers. Okay, please keep this in your mind. Those of you who's watching this video, you're very new to the market, then I've already made a video about option chain analysis. If you look at that, you will get complete understanding of option chain analysis. But this video is not about option chain analysis, it is about open interest. Now traders, one point that you need to always keep in mind is you need to look at open interest data, option chain data, everything in option sellers point of view only, because option sellers are the most powerful people. They only have the most capital infused in the market. Most of the time market can move as per their direction. At a certain level, if lot of people are selling call option, your view about the market has to be bearish. And if at a certain level a lot of put option writing has been done, you have to consider that level as support and market has potential to move towards the upside. You should not look at the data in option buyer's point of view. You need to just do the opposite. You have to look at the market in option seller's point of view. I hope you have got a clarity about this. Now let's quickly discuss about how to look at open interest data and how do we gather information and how do we use that while trading. Let's start. Here is the website which I look at to check open interest data, change in open interest data is called Trading Peak. I use this. If you want, I'll put the link in the description box below. You can check it out. Or if your broker is providing you the same service, you can take it. It's absolutely free of cost. Now what we have to do is, once you log into this page, it's free of cost. Once you do that, you have to go to this call versus put open interest data. Basically in this page you will have two graphs. First graph is change in open interest graph, other one is total number of open interest graph. Now first let's see what is the use of total open interest graph. Now with the help of total open interest, we will get to know what is the main support and main resistance level for the day. For example, you can see this green line, right? This means call option section. Okay, you can see at this zone what you see here, this is strike price. At 24,850 strike price, a lot of call option writers are sitting in the market. Already I have told, when you look at option chain data, open interest data, you have to look at option seller's point of view. For option seller, they will sell an option only at a main resistance area when they expect market will not go above that. So since most of the option sellers are sitting at this zone, this 24,850 zone becomes the main resistance level for the day. If you see here put option, this graph what you see, this red level is put option graph, and when market opened, first put option writers considered 24,650 as the base support, and once market started moving up, they considered 24,700 also as the base for the market. So since we are looking at this data in option seller's point of view, we need to understand when market opened, as long as market goes below 24,650, there is a chance that put option writers will consider this area as support and they can hold on to the market. And once they start putting pressure, then this zone we will consider as the next supporting zone. Okay, some put option writers are considering this area as support, so from here market can bounce, or this will be the main support, from here market can bounce. If this put option writers give up and call option writers gets their selling position from this zone to this zone, then there is a chance of market correcting also, because this main support zone is no more valid. This area has become weak. So I think by now you have understood how to look at total open interest. Where a lot of call option writers are sitting, that becomes the main resistance. Where a lot of put option writers are sitting, that becomes the support. Usually what big players do, they will sell call option, they will sell put option, and if market is trading within the range, because of premium decay, option buyers will lose money, and call option writers who have sold call or put at the lower level and upper level, they'll keep making money. Now if you look at today's market, 24,850, okay, that was the main upper level where a lot of call option writers were sitting, and the area here 24,650, where did market bounce? It bounced from this zone, right? Because a lot of put option writers were considering this zone as support. I'm showing you data of 29th July 2025. Since you know a lot of put option writers are sitting here, you should not be looking for bearish trade here. You have to keep looking for bullish trade. You can say I've taken a bullish trade at the zone because this can be the main support. One more logic why I took this trade also is because Bank Nifty faced resistance, moved towards the downside. People who entered at this double top level, if market moves towards the downside, they'll start booking their profit. To trap them, market wanted to move towards the upside. With this logic itself, I took this trade today, and I made use of this total open interest data also. Now some of you might say, sir, after market move anyone can say. No traders, I have not done that. I was looking at put option writers being strong at this zone, okay, when market opened 24,600 650 zone. So my view about the market only was bullish. Again, when I looked at the market at 10:33, that time also put option writers were becoming aggressive. That is why I took this trade. I've informed that in the group. So by now you have got a clarity about how to use the total open interest data, where you will be able to identify important support and resistance level for the day. Near this area, you can expect big action, a big reversal, or if that level breaks, a big continuation towards the opposite direction. So that is one thing. Traders, let's understand what is change in open interest, how to make use of it. As the name suggests, change in open interest means we will get to know with this data. Call option writers are adding more positions or they are giving up, they're closing their positions. Okay, same way you'll get to know if put option writers are adding more positions or they are closing from their position. Now this red line what you see, this is put option writers. Here you can see market is continuously moving towards the upside. I mean put option writing is moving towards upside continuously. This means put option writers are aggressive in the market. Meanwhile, this green line what you see, this moving towards the downside, right? This tells you that call option writers are not that confident in the market, they are exiting their position. In today's market only you see put option writers started adding more position, market moved up. When market moves up, what happens? Confidence of call option writers reduces and they will start closing their position. So at that time you can see the volume keeps reducing on call option writers position as they keep exiting from the market. Here one basic thing you need to understand, the red line is top of the green line. Here you can see the red line is on top of the green line. This means put option writers are strong. If the green line is on top of the red line, let me show you. I think yesterday market was bearish. That means all option writers will be aggressive, right? We need to look at market in option sellers point of view itself. So go here, 28th, you check the change in open interest. Here you can see in the morning there was indecision, but suddenly call option writers got aggressive. They continuously pushed the market towards the upside, and put option writers, they started closing their position. So whichever is on top, if green line is there on top, that means there is potential of market moving towards the downside. If red line is there on top, that means market has potential of moving towards the upside. This basic understanding you need to have. How do we make use of this data? This is 28th data. So 28th data, during the live market, I was looking at change in open interest data. Let me show it to you. Here you can see call option writers are getting aggressive and put option writers are giving up. That means market has potential to move towards the downside. This one later point of day it happened, but initially itself at the zone, okay, at what time, let me tell you, around 12:39 I shared this thing. I said call option writers have started becoming aggressive. That means market has potential to move towards the downside. Still call option writers is increasing. Hope it continues the downside move. And when market was at this zone itself, I have given the update. Call option writers becoming strong, put option writers becoming weak. So when more call option writers are becoming strong, then looking for bearish setup itself is better, right? Now, how do you make use of this data? You see here, I identified a buying zone in the market. Market was, you can see, first time it took support, moved up. Second time it took support. Third time, many people will be interested to take a bullish trade. But I said later, if market comes to this buying zone, I think in this audio I have shared, I have told that here also. Still call option writers is increasing. Hope it continues the downside move. Near the support, we did not look for bullish trade. Since call option writers were strong, we looked for bearish trade. And based on this, you can see what kind of movement market did. Already informed long back that sellers are strong. Don't look for call option trade near the buying zone because PE writers are strong. As per expectation, nice move towards the downside. So this continued market moved until this supporting zone also. So this is how I make use of open interest and change in open interest data. With the help of total open interest, we get to know what is the main resistance and support for the market. In today's case also, if you look at the audio note, what I have shared, in that I have discussed, there is a potential of market moving towards the upside. It can go up to 24,800 and 850. I think you can go and check this audio note, what I forwarded in the group. Okay, so based on that, you will get to know how I made use of the setup. Now, basically, how I make use of this open interest and change in open interest is, let's say market is at important supporting zone. Okay, I'm already made a video on support and resistance, how to trade breakouts near support and resistance. Maybe you can use that strategy, or you can use the strategy on your own, whatever you want. But let's say you're thinking of having a bullish view, right? You think market will move towards the upside. That time you need to come and see in total open interest, what is the resistance. If your plan is to enter somewhere near 24,750, 760 range, and you know this upper level is the resistance, so you have a chance to achieve the target up to this zone. So with small stop loss, if you enter also, you will be able to capture. But let's say total open interest, call option writers are sitting here itself. If you enter also, you know, aggressive at the zone, market can give a fake breakout and it can reverse. Your stop loss will get hunted. So like this, with the help of total open interest, you will get to see. Also, let's say near the supporting zone, any setup, let's say near 618 level of Fibonacci, market is showing a pullback. At this zone, you see a lot of call option writers has been sitting here, or you can see aggressive buying selling of call option. That means this becomes the resistance, small stop loss, you can be looking for bearish trade. If you follow my free telegram group, every day I keep sharing pre-market analysis and all. I discuss about the setup in our channel also. If you go to our playlist, there are a lot of videos. You can use those strategies or the strategy which you already have. The bottom line is, you need to use this data as a reference point. Just because call option writers are here, simply you cannot enter a sell trade. The logic for the setup has to be clear. Along with that, this change in open interest data or total open interest data will give you additional confirmation for you to take in.